Alright, peace, peace, peace. I hope you're doing well. And so, yeah, this is going to be a breakdown of your birth chart, the placements. And so I do hope that, your birth time was correct, you feel what I'm saying? Because, yeah, that has everything to do with, like, the houses. And, like, the houses, they change every, like, 2 hours, you feel what I'm saying? And so, yeah. But anyways, let's get into this reading. Interesting. Your ascendant is in Virgo. Right, your ascendant is in Virgo. So with your ascendant or rising sign being in Virgo, this automatically makes Mercury your chart ruler. And so Mercury is a planet, you feel what I'm saying, that's associated with the archetypes of like Thoth, Hermes, you feel what I'm saying, and then Mercury in like Roman mythology, you feel me? Hermes in Greek mythology, and Thoth in Egyptian mythology. So these are all the same energies of the planet Mercury. But it's like, with Mercury ruling over your chart through the sign Virgo, of course, this makes you an individual who personally is concerned with like the analytical trends of life. And so let me explain what that is, what I mean by that. So analyticism, like Virgo, pardon me, analyticalism and Virgo, it's a sign that deals with details and deals with having an awareness of things, and understanding how things work, but first by breaking them apart and putting them back together. I hope that makes sense. And so, yeah, that's what Virgo ultimately is all about. It's all about analyzing things, you know what I'm saying? And so with your ascendant being here, personally, you're a sort of individual, who is like, it's important that you have a clean space around you, you feel what I'm saying? And it's also important that you have like a good, like not only clean space, but that you have good people around your energy, if that makes sense. Because Virgo is the type of energy that criticizes everything and everyone, you feel me? And because they're very critical and they desire a higher ideal, if that makes sense, they usually tend to find themselves being alone. Virgo is also the hermit, you feel me? They like to go into deep isolation where they do deep like introspectiveness, you feel me? So with your ascendant being in Virgo, you are a very introspective individual, very self-aware and self-conscientious, but it's like also you become your biggest critic as well, you feel what I'm saying? It's like with this ascendant here, you're a sort of person who you feel benefited personally by helping others, you feel what I'm saying? Like you feel good about yourself when you help others. And so Virgo is a sign that deals with service. It is the servant, the maiden within the sky, you feel what I'm saying? And so with your ascendant being in Virgo, this does make you a very like servitude and service orientated individual, but it's important that you don't allow your ease of rendering service to others to allow you to be put in a position where people are taking advantage of you. You feel what I'm saying? And that's like Virgo, but I also got to bring up Aquarius now, because your moon is in Aquarius, you feel what I'm saying? Aquarius is highest quality and trait is it's altruisticism. It's very altruistic, and it has altruistic. And what this word means, it's kind of a foreign weird word, you feel what I'm saying? It's altruism. Holy crap, I apologize, I just realized something. Anyways, I can just do it later. If it's meant to be, then I'll be able to get to it. But anyways, sorry. It was like, you know how sometimes you have a thought and it's like revolutionary or something about how you can do something. It doesn't matter. Interesting enough though, I was just talking about Aquarius, and Aquarius is a sign that deals with like channeling. It deals with like downloading information, it deals with inspiration. I apologize, like according to the type of reading it is, I go deep into it, according to what type of reading it is, and typically when I do the, like, I'm not really sure which decan your chart is in, but it's okay, because you didn't really pay me to break down the deacons, but it's like ultimately, you know, I'm talking about the deacons, let me explain to you that there are 3 variations of every single sign. So there are 12 zodiac signs, but 36 variations of those 12 signs. There are 3 for every single sign. And so according to when you were born, if you were born the first 10 days of Taurus, you'd be different from a person born in the second 10 days of Taurus. And a person born in the last 10 days of Taurus would be different from you know, the people born in the second or first 10 days of Taurus. I hope that makes sense. But it's the same with every single sign, you feel me? But it's like those who are born in the first degrees of a sign, they're like the purest and the rawest expression of that sign. But then it's like people that are born later, their energy is like altered by a planet and a sign in that same element. So astrology is very deep, you feel what I'm saying? I get very, very deep into it. But it's valuable to understand it from that perspective, because then it's not just about that sign, but specifically how you're expressing that sign uniquely to you, you feel what I'm saying? There are 3 variations. And so, you know, with Aquarius, the first deacon of Aquarius is the deacon that deals with originality, you feel what I'm saying? Originality. The second deacon is inspiration, you feel what I'm saying? These are the more inspirative Virgos. They're more geared towards creation and creating, you feel what I'm saying? So it's like the first Aquarius energy, it's originality. These are the Aquariuses that are more concerned with their individuality, with being original, with being unique, and standing out of the crowd, you know, and not caring for what the sheep or like the masses are heading towards. You know, if like Aquarius, this deacon, but this is just the thought trend or an energy that is expressed through all of Aquarius. This Aquarius, right? They don't care about like being like fitting in. You know, they want to be original. They want to be independent, and they don't follow the masses. But that's just Aquarius in general. Aquarius has always been the black sheep. And so you have Virgo and Aquarius. Both Virgo and Aquariuses tend to gear towards the misfit, you feel me? Tend to gear towards the misfit, you know, the weird one out, you feel what I'm saying? So there may be this energy of like you being unique and out of this world, you know, definitely with Aquarius. Because Aquarius is a sign that also deals, you feel what I'm saying, with like it deals with like alien energy, you know, like Aquariuses are attracted to the stars most of the time. They're attracted to aliens. They think that they are an alien, you know, like they have this. And then you have like Moon in Aquarius. It gets so deep. Look, listen. So without being all over the place, because I don't want to be all over the place, you know. Let me breathe, right? So Aquarius, it's a sign that deals with it's an air sign, you know, so it deals with intellect. Wait, I'm sorry, I was explaining the 3 deacons earlier. So yeah, that's the first deacon, the deacon of originality. The second deacon is the deacon of inspiration, you feel me? And these are the Aquariuses, you know, and this is like a Gemini Aquarius type energy. So these are Aquariuses that are more orientated towards talking, towards inspiring others, you feel what I'm saying? But then the last deacon of Aquarius is a deacon of repression. These are the Aquariuses that went through relationships that caused them to be repressive, you know, and repress themselves and not fully know how to express themselves, you feel what I'm saying? So you can be one or the other, you know. I didn't really okay, and you're the first, the deacon of originality, you feel what I'm saying? So yeah, you're the first and the deacon of originality. So your moon, right, the moon, whereas the ascendant is signify the personal life and the things that are personal to you, you feel me? So personally, you enjoy, for instance, to be like clean and to be like put together and organized. You enjoy when you feel like you're in control, you feel what I'm saying? With Virgo here, because Virgo can be a control freak, you feel what I'm saying? They have to make sure that everything is okay and set, and it's like you operate better when you're operating from a routine and a pattern, you feel what I'm saying? So it's important that you have a schedule that you work from. But also with this ascendant, you know, it's important that you're doing something that is producing tangible results, you feel what I'm saying? It's like Taurus, so Taurus, right, which is your sun sign, Taurus deals with the base of the brain, you feel me? It rules like the base of the brain, and this is the part of the brain, you know, where our like repetitive tasks are stored, you feel me? So things that are repetitive, you know, and so I bring this up because like Tauruses, they're one of like Taurus and Virgo, because Virgo is the sign of work and labor, but Taurus is the sign of money, you feel what I'm saying? And Tauruses, they're also good workers and laborers. Like, they have an ability to work persistently and consistently, and they can do repetitive tasks for long durations of time, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, whether that's like fashion, creating clothing, you know, and doing repetitive tasks, or art, you feel me? Because Taurus is very much artistic as well. Taurus rules like the throat, you feel me? So Taurus has a natural tendency to sing, or just a natural beautiful voice that most people find to be soothing and enjoyable, you feel what I'm saying? Taurus. But yeah, you know, back to Aquarius though. So with your moon being in Aquarius, you feel what I'm saying? It's like, first and foremost, Aquarius, like the moon just got out of its debilitation, so it's weakness, you feel what I'm saying? And the moon is debilitated or weak when it's in the sign Capricorn. But then Capricorn is the second sign, is the sign before Aquarius. So the moon just left Capricorn, that constellation, and then it went into Aquarius, you feel what I'm saying? But it's still struggling, and it's still just picking itself back up. So emotionally, you may be a sort of like the moon, it doesn't like being here because it can't process its emotions. With the air signs, they don't want to process their emotions. They don't want to feel their emotions. They don't want to cry and all these other things. But they would rather rationalize and intellectualize their emotions. So it's like they don't want to feel their emotions. They want to understand their emotions. And so, like, that can get toxic because it's like emotions, you know, those are things that like you have to allow yourself to feel, because emotions are not of the mind, of the brain. Well, they're of the brain because the brain is a part of the body. They're not of the mind, you know, but they're of the body, you feel what I'm saying? In the sense that when you are feeling certain emotions, of course emotions are triggered by thoughts, you feel me? And it's like you are an electrical individual, you feel what I'm saying? Like, your brain is electrical, it's continuously sparking electrical activities, your nervous system electrical, etc. You feel what I'm saying? And so it's like certain thoughts produce certain rates within the brain, meaning that when you think certain thoughts, they're either high or they're low. And so a certain thought will put you in a place where, because of the way that your brain is firing, your glands, your hormonal glands, you feel what I'm saying, will be triggered to release certain hormones into your bloodstream, and through that release of those hormones within the bloodstream, you feel what I'm saying, of that hormone within the bloodstream, then you start to feel those emotions, you feel what I'm saying? But it's like, if you're not trying to feel your emotions, you're trying to understand your emotions, that's a slippery slope, and it can put you in a continuous cycle of perpetual depressiveness even, you feel what I'm saying? Because it's like you're not looking in the right place. Looking in the right place is allowing yourself to feel the emotions, you feel what I'm saying? I hope this makes sense. But yeah, anyways, I hope that makes sense. So with your moon in Aquarius, yeah, you know, that is one thing I want you to be more attentive towards, you feel what I'm saying? Allowing yourself space to feel emotions, but also not judging emotional people like that, in case you're a type of person who may judge emotional people, you know, because Virgo is a very critical sign. So it can be critical or it can be analytical. Positively, it's analytical. Virgo's your ascendant sign, right? They have an understanding and awareness that overlooks most people, in the sense that a Virgo is attentive to the details. So Virgo will walk into the room and they'll read the people, and they'll understand the people and their energies, you feel what I'm saying? They'll walk into a room and they'll kind of have a sense of awareness and understanding of like what the vibe of the house is all about. But from a place of analytical, they're very good analytics. Great. Yeah, they can be great detectives, most definitely. But it more deals with numbers, like because it's a mental sign. You know what I'm saying? But you know what? That's your ascendant though. Like I don't need to go get. I don't need to get that deep into it. With your ascendant sign. Yeah, and then you have Mercury in Taurus. Interesting, right? So yeah. But anyways, with that, hold on, give me a sec. Hold on. So yeah, Taurus. So you know what? Another interesting thing I need to talk about is this. So Taurus is an earthly sign. It usually is associated with materialism. And a lot of Tauruses are materialistic, but in your case, you have Taurus in the 8th house, and this is the house that deals with mysticism, it deals with spirituality, it deals with magic, you feel me? And so with that being said, it's like, you're a sort of Taurus who is more tapped into nature, you feel what I'm saying? Because it's like, a lot of Tauruses, they're more tapped into the man-made world and the chase of luxury and like material items and objects. You feel what I'm saying? That's what most people are like tuned into. Most Tauruses, I mean, because Taurus has a very materialistic trend. It's all about possession. Like Taurus likes to possess things, if that makes sense. But when it's in the 8th house, wait, I meant to say this also. But at the same time, Taurus being an earth sign, the first earth sign, and also being like a motherly type of energy also, because Tauruses, they have this goddess energy about them, like this. And when I say goddess energy, it's more like a Venetian goddess energy, you feel me? Where it's very calm, very chill, and it's like they can go into places, and just with the Taurus being around, people feel more chill, people feel more calm, or maybe the way that the Taurus conducts itself, being more stable, people in themselves get in a more chill, calm space. You feel what I'm saying? That type of energy. But it's like Taurus is also associated with nature. A lot of Tauruses have a great affinity towards nature. You feel what I'm saying? But then it's like Taurus, nature, 8th house mysticism. And this can play out through you having a deeper understanding into like the mystical properties of nature. So if you were to, let's say, get into like the elements like water, fire, earth, and fire, and gain an understanding of them from a perspective where you're like, okay, so fire is an element beyond just its physicality. It deals also with activity, it deals with vision, it deals with energy, enthusiasm, which are the same thing. But fire ultimately just deals with energy and activity and visions, so sight, you feel what I'm saying? Understand that water deals with the emotions, it deals with the spiritual world, you feel what I'm saying? Yeah. And air deals with logic and thinking, and then earth deals with the practical world, like the material world, and just going deeper into that. And so in other words, I don't know like if this would be a trigger for you, but it's like, I mean, you're getting an astrology reading from me, so I don't know why I'm thinking like yeah, I need to not have any filters, because for some reason I feel like I should filter myself for you, as if you're like a religious, indoctrinated individual, and if I say anything, you're gonna be like, oh my god, like this is of the devil. No, I'm just like, but so really without filtration, it's like magic, you feel me? If you were to get into magic, you would have a natural affinity for it with that Taurus and the 8th house energy. Like the 8th house, I also want to let you know, it's a house beyond magic and mysticism. It also deals with death. So with your sun being in the 8th house, unfortunate to say, you have likely gone through many experiences with death, people dying, and knowing people that have died in your life, you feel what I'm saying? But it's like, the cool thing about the sun here is it's like, if you tap into, your intuition and like your higher faculties, you feel what I'm saying, then you would also have this ability to bridge the gap between the living and the dead, and have an awareness and a commune with the dead. You feel what I'm saying? But that same bridge that allows you to commune with the dead also enables you to like do magic, you feel me, and work with the more subtle hidden energies. But I also want to tell you this: unfortunately, the 8th house is a negative, toxic house, and it's a house that deals with transformation and regeneration. You feel what I'm saying? And so the best advice I can give about the 8th house is you would benefit, from learning to release, and cleanse and purify your self image, the way you see yourself and the way that you think of yourself, your individuality, and you would benefit also from bringing more like value to yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's the 8th house. But then it's like you have your moon in the 5th house, and the 5th house is a house that deals with children. So with your moon being in the 5th house, and I hope that like I said earlier, that you gave me the right time, because when we're talking about the houses, we're talking about the hours. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, so the 5th house is a house that deals with children, and moon is the mother. So with you having your moon in the 5th house in Aquarius, this can be an indication that you have some children, maybe a bunch of children, possibly even maybe from different baby daddies, even, with Aquarius being here. And it's like, unfortunately, even like with the sun squaring the moon, but then with Aquarius being here, like the children may be somewhat more of a response, like more of a liability. I don't, no, that's a terrible word to use. I feel like children are never liabilities, never, but more of a responsibility than a like something that gives more ease into your life. And this is because Aquarius is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is a planet that deals with responsibilities. You feel me? And so this can be good because through responsibility, Saturn can ground you. But yeah, so children, you may have children, and they can be a source of originality for you and inspiration. You feel what I'm saying? And with also Aquarius being here, your children, they are probably like young souls, or they may be mystics, you feel me, themselves, and they may be able to teach you something. And this is because Aquarius is the sign that deals with knowledge as well. And with that being said, it's important that you and of yourself, with your moon being here, that you accumulate knowledge, but especially knowledge concerning your mind and concerning emotional intelligence. You feel what I'm saying? But knowledge in general, and knowledge of the occult, so things like magic, witchcraft, etc., etc., etc. You feel what I'm saying? But I'll just say magic, no need to get into all that other things. But yeah, I would say that pretty much concludes this reading for you, my friend. And definitely let me know what you think. And if you're interested, I would be more than happy to dive deeper into your chart. Like we only talked about your sun, your moon, and your ascendant, but like there's a lot more to talk about. Like your Mercury, your Venus, your Mars, your Jupiter, your aspects, your houses. So yeah, we can talk more. And if you are interested, what we can do, since I started you off with $15, in the future, when you have $15, or like 20 or whatever it is, and you want to dive deeper, then you can, send me the money, and I will continue to build on your chart like I did right now, and you'll receive another reading like this, and then another reading like this, and then another reading like this, and another reading like this, until eventually you have covered all of your birth chart. You feel what I'm saying? That is the vision I have in store for us. But if you're interested in it, awesome. If not, that's okay too. But yeah, so I hope that you resonated with this reading, and I hope that you found this reading of value. And I do want to ask you one thing: can you please write me a review, about this reading? I would really, really appreciate it if you can. All right, peace. Have a beautiful day, my friend.